Hey guys, it's your brother in Christ, Weston. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be reviewing a video from Bless God Studios. Let's get into it. Okay, so when I saw this title, I was like, what? And funny how Gary Vee, he has a new card store, card shop, card business, which I love collecting cards. I'm a big nerd. But he says here, he says that Gary Vee says your grandkids will 100% marry robots. And honestly, I I don't I don't think he's wrong. I just think it's gonna be worse. So let's listen to Ruslan go over this. This is on the Iced Coffee Hour. That's the podcast, and Gary Vee's on there, and they ask him a hot take, and we're gonna listen to some of it. So let's record, and let's make sure we're clicked in here and play.
Statements I've ever heard anybody make. But is it true? Me and Zach had this conversation offline and it got kind of intense.
Heated.
So shout out to Iced Coffee Hour, Graham Stephan. He's been killing. He's been doing a really good job with his podcast. Yeah, Gary Vee on. Really good conversation. Gary Vee is interesting with how much he shares and how little he shares at the same time. Because he will not talk about any of the stuff people care about him personally, but will still overshare a lot. And this is one of those kind of weird, like, oversharing moments that I was like, he might be right. All right, so real quick.
Had your kids, had your wife.
Explicit.
All right, let's jump into it.
What are your top three most insane AI predictions?
That your grandkids will marry an AI human.
If you see their faces, it's a perfect spot because it looks hilarious. They're like, what? Who would ever do that? Let's keep moving.
I'm going to give you guys both sides of this debate in a little bit. Okay, so just bear with me. Gary Vee predicts that his grandkids will marry an AI human. He is 26. He doesn't have any kids yet, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Gary Vee's not 26. These guys, I guess one of these guys is.
55 years in the future?
Yeah.
What would the year be in 50 years? 50 years, it would be 2075. So between 2075 and 2085,
Yeah.
Gary Vee is predicting that people will be marrying robots.
Okay.
All right, let's let him flesh it out.
What's your conviction level on that?
100%.
That's funny.
That's the Gary Vee charm right there. That's why we all followed him back in the day.
It's
So
the,
confident.
It's the certainty.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, if you just do the thing 100% of the time, it's gonna work.
Yeah. It's the embellishing, like, kind of pastor tone, like Donald Trump kind of embellishing
Yeah.
nature with the certainty. Language one is embellishment. Language two is certainty.
Yes.
So it's great.
They're going to marry an
That
AI.
your grandchild is going to marry an AI human.
So this is what we've been talking about. I think people are going to have relationships, fully AI boyfriend, girlfriends. I think it's going to be
You mean
indistinguishable.
Megan Fox, right? The thing like from that movie, you saw that
No.
on Netflix? Like the AI
Are you
robot.
talking about she or her or
Not,
whatever it is?
not that one. There was a Megan Fox one that just came out. Nonetheless, they're
Yeah.
all the same. I believe a robot that is fully AI will marry a human and vice versa for real in your lifetime at scale.
And when you say an it,
And he had it at scale too.
At scale.
That-
He said 100% certainty that his grandkid will. But when he said at scale, I go, okay, I don't know about I know for sure because when you're basically saying everyone's going to marry AI in 50 years.
yeah.
But to say at scale, like it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
the new, this is going to be really dark. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
I know someone that's going through a situation, an acquaintance is going through a situation, marital situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's no one public, it's someone private.
Mm-hmm.
They got into it. Somehow the in them getting into it,
Mm-hmm.
they said, well, I could just get a woman from overseas.
Oh.
At
Come
scale,
on, man.
goes.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be worse. I'm gonna give you my pitch on it. But the idea of this thing in our heart between men and women, and when it doesn't work out, well, I'll just replace you. But how deep that goes, we'll talk about it.
The same guy that the passport bro,
Mm-hmm.
the same guy that will get a mail order bride,
Mm-hmm.
will marry a robot
Guaranteed.
at scale.
At scale, yeah.
How frequent is that? How common? I don't know. I don't know what percentage is pulling women from China.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how common that is.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see that.
Yeah.
Neither my wife nor me have grandparents in our life.
Yeah, crazy. So it sounds like it probably feels like a crazy, insane, super far away, whatever. I mean, when the scriptures say leave an inheritance for your grandchildren, it is saying like, think about not just one generation, but it's also saying like you're gonna know these people, right? Like I know my grandparents, and they have influence in my life, and they have influence in even my.
We're gonna skip ahead.
If we're actually headed in that direction where it's become relevant and prevalent at scale, I think it's actually going to be important for Christians to thoroughly distinguish themselves from these secular materialist worldviews.
Absolutely.
And so then we actually have to create a theology around AI, and we have to create boundaries around, hey man, like I know that you needed help with that recipe, and it was nice using ChatGPT on your phone for that. But like when you're cooking, don't turn on the voice mode and start talking to it like it's your therapist. Like, find real community. You need a pastor. You don't want to be crying.
Well, so okay,
like
so,
Mike
so
Israel when having conversations with
ChatGPT.
AI, bro.
So here's the thing, though. If this is true, that means that you can't reproduce with AI unless the technology gets super crazy. I don't know how you do that, but if this is true, can't reproduce with AI, which means that the only people that we're reproducing are folks who hold to a traditional sexual ethic, to not marry robots, and then there'll just be more Christians than non-Christians.
I'm going to stop it there. This is such a great video, and I want you guys to go watch the rest of it. Shout out to Zach and Ruslan for going over it. Here's my what's that show called? Black Mirror. I think I watched a season of it once. I don't know how long ago, like right when it came out. I don't know, it was like 10 years ago. Anyways, it's really like dystopian thought out ideas. Here's my issue with this, and I believe it 100% to be true. When relationships go south, somebody's gonna be like, look, you know what? I deserve better. And there's no men out here. I'm just tired of messing around with men. I'm gonna go to a robot. I'm just gonna be real honest with you. We have devices that are made for men and for women that are robotic or are made to replicate the real thing. And guess what? They don't have to be committed. They don't have to talk. They can just do the thing that they want to do. For women, they make devices, and for men, they make devices. That's why visually things like that happen. I mean, you can watch people do it, and you're like feeling like you're a part of it. So what happens when I don't have a social community or community behind me? I'm really socially awkward, but I want to do the deed. I want to do that. Well, I'm going to go out and buy these toys and or things that replicate the real thing, and or you got really heartbroken. You know what? If I just married, we're so in technology now that the robots have flesh and they talk and they have the parts that I need. Okay, great. You know what? And they're all about me. Everything I've ever dreamed or ever wanted. Come on, man. We are bent in that nature. We have a heart like that. Video games do this, movies do this. A sci-fi way of like interacting with this sexual pleasure and how dark it can go. On top of that, I think we get worse. I think it will be just like it was in the days of Noah, when the Watchers, the ancient men of now and the ancient men of old, right? The Watchers came down and saw the daughters of men, and they bore to them children, the ancient men of now and the ancient men of old, right? Nephilim. And so you'll start to get this piece of Noah right back, where this strange flesh and a terrestrial flesh are coming together. Will they be able to replicate? I have no idea. I'm sure technology has artificial wombs. What's that like? I have a feeling that with like the idea right now of aliens and making first contact, that not only will it be robotic, it will move. Remember, we talked about things about the pneuma, a spirit being able to go into devices and talk and speak like our phones. I have a PlayStation here. I play PlayStation. I've got that. I've got my monitor. I've got my laptop. This spirit inhabiting and speaking and talking, right? It needs a body. What happens when otherworldly entities step into the scene, and now you're like, you know what? I'm attracted to this alien. these reptilians, this thing, that thing, right? Just pick a movie and it's like a human with said other species that's not human and they have a baby. Come on, man. I'm telling you, stuff like this is being said is a part of Bible prophecy. I have a feeling it is something that's very dark and disgusting, and it's meant to kill the seed, right? To, you could say, almost even depopulate. So it's really hard because even as men and women, we will struggle with infertility. I mean, have infertility. My wife and I are struggling with secondary infertility. We've been trying to have baby number 2 for years, and the Lord just hasn't done it. Um, but baby number 1 was so fast, and so many people can't even have baby number 1. And what is that like? So then it's like, oh, well, if I just go to this AI, or I'm tired of having to deal with this man who always cheats on me, and I just go get a man. He's a robot. And he'll treat me the best. You see what I'm saying? It's about our happiness and our feelings. Oh, I'm tired of these women. You know what? I just want a woman who submit, gives me what I want, pleasures me all the time, yada, 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 all these things. And I can go find it here without any issue. They love me, they care for me, right? They start to humanize them. I'm telling you, what if that moves over, even more over to otherworldly entities, watchers, angels, Nephilim? Where do you think these things came from? Celestial flesh met terrestrial flesh, meaning angelic and human came together. That's what the Bible says. This is where we get other gods, Nephilim, demigods, other religions, other this mythos. I fully believe there's something like this in the future, and it'll come through the wickedness of our own hearts, of desiring that need to be met and desiring to be cared for and loved, and the AI will be indistinguishable as much as we continue to build it and shape it and mold it. We've seen that. They make movies about it. Gary Vee just talked about like that Megan Fox. She plays like an AI, but look how she looks so human and proportioned the right way, and she'll do all these things. Oh man, same thing for a man. Proportioned the right way, does all these things. Come on, it's it sounds dystopian, and yet it sounds so close, and that is a scary thing. And that's how AI will continue to play a part, and how it will continue to build up, and you won't know the difference. Well, maybe you will, maybe you won't. I don't know. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about that. That's the video. If you like the video, be sure to like the video. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.